Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is lovely to have you here. Thank you very much for coming to Little Heath for open evening. Just in case anybody isn't aware, I'm David Ramsden. I'm the head here at Little Heath, and I guess my role this evening, relatively briefly, is just to give you a feeling for the ethos of the school, the kind of place it is, the values of me and my staff, and hopefully persuade you to join us as part, as the slide says, of the Little Heath family in September next year. A particular welcome to Year 6 students that are here. I am aware from tonight that a few early Year 5s and 4s have pitched up, which is always lovely. Ones, Year 1s. It's always really lovely, but obviously the main thrust of the evening is about Year 6 coming into Year 7, and our commitment to you, I think, to make that as smooth a transition as possible. What we'll do is, I'm going to do... Thank you. I'm going to do a few slides and then hand over to the students, who will do a fabulous job of talking to you about their experience at Little Heath. Then Miss Butter will talk about the kind of transition up to Year 7 that I've mentioned. And then we'll wait at the end if there's anybody with any specific questions. There's lots of information about things like admissions and catchment area and those sorts of things on our website. But if you've got any questions about any of that, then please hang back and I'll do my best to answer it. Okay? Right, and I'll just start by mentioning the most important thing, I think, from me as a head teacher, which is about the partnership between the three of us. The three of us being the school, you as students, and parents. I'm really, really lucky to be head teacher up here. I came in 2008. My plan was only to do 3 or 4 years, really, and then go and do something maybe in a city somewhere. From the moment I was here, I've absolutely fallen in love with the place, and I feel like I've still got quite a lot that I can do as head teacher. And I think one of the reasons why I feel that sense of luck is I've got really brilliant catchment primary schools, really brilliant parents who want the best for their children, and I'm really lucky to have a staff that go above and beyond. So that partnership is right at the heart of everything we do. I'm not going to patronise you by reading every single bullet point on each slide, because that's not really what it's about, but you can see up there that our ethos is all about treating students with respect, making them really excited about their education. This is a brilliant moment for you, Year 6. You finish off primary school, and then you step up to secondary school, which I don't want to be daunting at all for you. I want you to be excited about it, and hopefully you'll be having some lessons in a year's time here that really light a fire. That's what we're trying to do. I'm going to make a major plug for reading and writing. We're a school that absolutely puts reading and writing first and foremost in everything we do. What other teachers will say is that that's because I'm an English teacher. Once an English teacher, always an English teacher. But anybody in Year 11 and Year 13 that you spoke to this summer would tell you reading and writing are really important to everything that we do. So I'm putting that plug out right away on my first slide. I want to talk to you about growth mindset, just very briefly. The idea that you're going to continue to grow and learn in your time at Little Heath, and if at your first attempt to do something you find it hard or not brilliantly easy for you, you just keep trying and trying and trying. I know that lots of the primary schools do a lot of work about growth mindset, and that's one area that I'd really like to build on with you. So that, in summary, is kind of our ethos as a school. When I first... Next slide, please, thanks. When I first came here, I was very aware that some parents, maybe some students, were worried that we were a big school. Well, let you into a secret, we're not that much larger than some of the other larger than average secondary schools around here. But what we really try to do is that kind of message there for you behave like we're a large school but with a small school ethos. I'm really looking to have a great pastoral system at the school where tutors and heads of year will be your port of call, your first port of call, right from the beginning. We're a caring school, we're a listening school, and we make you feel like you are part of our family. So I promise you, you won't be worried at all about coming up in year 7. You'll feel like you belong, and that's what I mean by a large school with a small school ethos. A bit of a plug for things outside the classroom. I know that what we do in the classroom, the teaching and learning, is really important, and I'm really looking to have brilliant teachers. But if I have one message for you, year 6, about joining us, try something new. We offer all sorts of extracurricular activities at the school. I'm a parent who knows that you learn as much outside the classroom on trips and visits and things as you do in. So one message from me as head teacher to you as year 6, do something new when you get here. I don't care what it is. If you've never been in a girls' football team, or you've never tried basketball, or you've never auditioned for music, or you've never been involved in Christian Union or the debating society, doesn't matter. Do something new, because we offer so much, so many rich opportunities. It's really good for you. Okay, next slide. Yes, thank you. So that's kind of what we expect from you as students, what we're going to offer you as part of that partnership. What do I expect from you as parents? It's really simple, actually. I don't want you to feel that there's a massive change from the situation, the relationship you've got with primary school when you come up to secondary. I get that it's a different kind of environment. You've got 10 teachers, 12 teachers, 10 subjects. You haven't got that really close relationship that you do have with, say, your year 6 teacher who you just go to for everything. I was there, I get that. But we really want you to feel that you'll have the same close relationship with us as a school, and that nothing's different. And we want you to be centrally involved in your child's education, whether celebrating their successes with us, that's a huge part of what we do as a school, whether supporting their reading in the way that I've described. Don't listen to them if they say, oh, we don't have to do that now, we're not in primary school. We've got a reading programme here. We do drop everything and read every day. Reading is vital, so if you can support that, that's absolutely brilliant. And give them the kind of foundation of good study skills that will make a difference when they're older. If you get that right in year 7, it makes a massive difference because it's not a shock. The best thing for you as parents is our homework platform called Satchel 1, which is honestly your best friend. You know when your year 8 daughter tells you on a Thursday night that she's got no homework at all, and then you check on Satchel 1 and find out she's got 10 pieces for the Friday morning? That's how it will work. Not just so that you can check up what they've got, but so you can be centrally involved with them and help them and support them in the way that you are doing now. So, a partnership between us as a school, between you as parents, and with the students at the centre of it. Thanks, Miss. What do we want from you? We want you to be ambitious as students. We want you to work really, really hard. We want you to enjoy your learning. Yes, be challenged, but also be supported in that. We don't want you to feel like you're starting again year 6. I think sometimes Miss year 7 feel like they're year 1 again. We don't want that. Brilliant primary schools, we want to build on your learning, and we want to celebrate all of those successes collectively as a school. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to hand it, I think, next slide, to the students. I'm going to hand over to the students who are going to talk through their experience at Little Heath, which I know they will do brilliantly. So Annabelle and Cabby are head students at the school. I got told off in the first talk for stealing some of their speech, so I'm not going to do too much of that. But they work really closely with me and other members of the leadership team at the school to properly develop the school as student leaders. They've done some incredible things. If you could give them a round of applause just to introduce them, I'd be really happy.
Welcome parents and prospective students. We are very excited to have you here today, and we just thought we'd start by introducing ourselves. So I'm Annabelle and this is Cabby, and we are the head students for this year. We're both in year 13 now, so we've been here for quite a long time, as we've both been here since year 7, and I think we can both say that we very much enjoyed our time here, and I think Cabby's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
Hi there. One thing that makes Little Heath special is our teachers, how far they go to make us feel welcome and help us reach our true potential. Whether that's on my first day of year 7, when I walked through his gates for the first time, or nervous, scared, anxious, anything, well, there stood Mr. Linz, like our own little Superman with his own smile. And he was there, ready to make sure I'm alright, ready to help me, and he called me a legend. And even to this day, I know Mr. Linz is there to help me. It's all good and said, we tell you how great our teachers are, but I thought it would better resonate if I give you a true story, my own story. Last year, I missed out on a lot of school, about the first half of the year, to be honest, and it was due to health reasons. But not once did I ever feel forced to come in. Rather, when I did, my teachers would continuously check up on me and see if the work's alright for me. I lost where I was. They would call me and they would email me just to check up on me. Nothing to do with school, they would just want to see how I'm doing and they wanted to wish me a speedy recovery. Sometimes they would email me some voluntary work, but I never done that. Because I had the teachers and the support staff looked after me and helped me get into a normal routine when I felt better, I decided I wanted to be a head boy, so I could get back to the school who was there when I needed them the most. So you can rest assured, knowing your kid, your child, will be looked after and cared for at Little Heath. Becoming a student is as easy as me and Annabelle make it seem. There were many of our talented peers who could have stood here today in front of you, but with the encouragement of our teachers, we tried our best in the application process, and today here we stand.
So to add to what Cabby has said, Little Heath is honestly such an incredible place to be, and I feel like I've grown and learned so much about myself and the world over the years that I've been here. Our school is a listening school, and as Cabby mentioned about Mr. Linz, our wellbeing team is incredible and they are there for everyone's needs. No matter how small it is, they're always there. But also, the school love to hear our opinions, and Mr. Ramsey can vouch that I've definitely shared quite a few of those over the years. And they just love hearing what we think and how we can make our experience here better and just have the best time here. One of Little Heath's massive selling points for me was the variety of subjects that they offer here. And now being here, I can say that the quality of teaching of those subjects is amazing. And teachers always go above and beyond in that next step to get to know their students and get to know them personally so they can help them achieve the best of their ability in their GCSEs and A-levels and everything like that. I think for me, especially, the history department has been a department that has had my back throughout. A lot of them have taught me ever since year 7 all the way through to year 13. And now they're writing me a reference to go and study history at university, which is crazy. But it just goes to show that the second you step through the gates here on Little Heath, to the second you leave in year 13, you are supported all the way through, and I think that's what makes Little Heath so special.
We know your child will look back on the time here with fond memories as we do. We know they'll have a great time as did we. So please feel welcome to ask any questions, and please make the most of this amazing evening. Thank you, and we hope to see you at Little Heath in September.
I can still picture those two little sweet year 7s coming into the old hall over there, looking all cute. And it makes me so proud that they're our head students, and it's just lovely. I think you can probably guess that there is no way we could have got them to say anything that they didn't want to say. It's really, really important to us that our students are able to speak to you honestly about how they feel about school, which is why we've got so many of our year 7s and 8s and 9s, 10s and 11s and 12s and 13s all around this school today, helping you to find out a little bit more about it in a genuine way. And so what I'd like to do now is to introduce you to 3 of our year 8s who are going to tell you a little bit about their transition, because it is far closer to yours than these 2 old fogies over here. So I'll just introduce you to Albie, to Bella and to Maggie. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Maggie and I'm really happy I get to present this speech to you all. For me, the transition from year 6 to year 7 was really big, but I always knew I wanted to come to Little Heath. Choosing Little Heath was definitely the right choice for me. On my first day, I remember walking through the gates greeted with many smiley faces and welcomes. Now I'm in Year 8 and I absolutely love it. There's been many opportunities for me at Little Heath, whether it be in a sport or a speech like this. I would also like to mention the teachers and other students. I feel as if many students come up to Year 7 being their main worry is getting lost. I can assure you that all staff and many pupils at Little Heath will be there to help you find your way around. Thank you for listening, and I hope Little Heath is the right option for you.
Hello, my name is Bella and I'm delighted to be speaking to you this evening. I'm in Year 8 at Little Heath and I'm very happy with the school I chose. At the start of my time here, I developed a medical condition. This caused me a lot of anxiety and I was very self-conscious. But there were many teachers who I felt I could talk to. My confidence was knocked completely, but all of the teachers supported me. When starting secondary school, making friends can feel daunting because there are so many new people that you meet. But through classes and clubs, I quickly created lots of new friendships. It does feel scary for everyone when you first start because this is such a big school and you are leaving the comfort of your primary school home. But everyone is in the same position, so no need to worry. Every teacher is approachable and you will soon find your feet. Thank you for listening. I wish you all the best.
Hello everybody. I would just like to say I'm a professional at giving speeches, so don't worry, you're in capable hands. I'm not going to lie to you. When I was filling out the forms to choose which schools first and all that, Little Heath came second. I chose Reading Boys as my first school, but when I didn't get in, I was a bit sad. I got to Little Heath and I realised that sadness was for nothing. I had an amazing form tutor, and all that I can say thank you to from Miss Button, who went to my primary school and found out all about me, so she put me with the perfect form and the perfect form tutor. And it's made such an impact on me that if anything had happened differently, I would not be half as happy. I'm jealous of my two younger siblings, one of which is probably here somewhere, being in Year 6, that they got an older brother who tells them stories of a mystical place, that being Little Heath. I'm jealous I didn't get an inside opinion. Do you have any firstborns going into secondary school? Tell them, the man at the lectern, Albie, has full confidence in telling you that there is nowhere on earth that is better than Little Heath. Have you seen a Mr. Linz at another school? Mr. Linz is an amazing, one-of-a-kind teacher, and with his smile team and Miss Ski, well, if the school had all the military in the world and a bunch of therapists or psychologists, I would not feel any safer. You can always talk to him, and he'll sort out any problem with the best attitude. And for the key stage officers, they can tell you how many problems I've been to them with. Alright, I know I've talked about teachers a lot, but some people aren't comfortable talking to teachers. So find me, find Bella, find Maggie. We can always spare time to help. And the Smile team are always available. Once you join the Little Heath family, you will always be part of the Little Heath family.
Thank you guys. When they wrote their speeches and brought them to me, I was like, I'm not changing anything. I couldn't have written something like that, bless them. It was overwhelming. I've been here this is my 28th year at Little Heath, so I think I know it pretty well and love it a lot. And I felt particularly old this evening because there's been a large number of people who I taught. I'm okay with that because at the moment you taught my mum or you taught my dad is fine. When someone says to me you taught my nan, I'm not entirely sure I'm going to cope with that particularly well. But the reason that I am so passionate about Little Heath is because of the people, and that is our staff, our students and our parents. And I feel absolutely passionately about making sure that we work as a team and that you feel absolutely part of our family. I work really hard at making sure that transition is a process that is the least stressful as possible, and do loads of groundwork with primary schools to make sure that I know as much as I possibly can about the children before they get here. And just as Albie said, I'm pretty forensic in my trying to match people, to put people in the right places for the right tutor groups, and building lots of friends. But for you guys, what we'll do is we'll make sure that we have our transition day and some specific transition activities that will make that change so much easier for you. We'll have some virtual coffee mornings that you can ask any questions that you want. I think you've accidentally clicked it, so there's a thing on the screen. Sorry, yeah. But there's loads of different things that we'll do in advance of you coming in September. Thank you. It's really important that we try to get a blend of new friends and old friends. And like all of the students here have talked about, we want to make sure that we keep some people with you from primary school that you're close to, but also so that we find some new friends for you. I think it's pretty amazing to think that this time last week, some of our Year 7s were still quite teary and lost and not really know where they're going. And today, they're out there showing people around, making you all feel welcome and helping you to get to know Little Heath. And that's how well they've done that in a week. Quite often, our parents are more worried about it than the children are. They settle in really, really quickly. You will be amazed. It feels big, and it feels like you're going to get lost all the time, but you really don't. It happens so quickly that they feel part of the Little Heath family so quickly. And I say, really importantly, it's a fresh start. The kids all look really surprised when I say, I don't care what you were like at primary school. Of course I care. But it doesn't matter. If you are amazing, continue to be amazing. If you had a tough time, then it's your opportunity to be the person that you want to be at secondary school. And we work really, really hard to make them have that fresh start. We do lots and lots of work with the primary schools, particularly with things to do with SEND and making sure that those students have a really helpful, supported transition period. And most importantly, getting to know everybody as people. On the first transition day, by the end of the day, I'd learned almost all of the 275 names and faces. Being a drama teacher, you kind of have to do that thing. But it's really, really important to us that we get to know them and that every single one of them feels like they are the most important person. And I say this to all of our new staff, to all parents, and to all children. If you go home worrying about something, then we haven't done our job properly. We want you to make sure that if you're worried, you come and talk to us. If your son or daughter comes home and they're worried, talk to us. That is what we're here for. Okay? We want to make sure that every single student flourishes and does their absolute best and goes through and feels as confident as these guys have.
Okay, brilliant.
Thank you.
Thanks, Claire. Oh yeah, let's get it going. There are a few things that this year we've put on the website that maybe in previous years we talked through, but because we wanted to give you a better sense of the student experience, we put them up on the website. So there's details about how to apply. There's crucially details about catchment area and how many students have been brought in different categories over the last few years, done as a sort of table. We're going to do another kind of welcome video that'll be up as soon as we can get it done. The video from tonight is going to go up, so please head to the website if there's anything that you haven't had answered tonight. We're happy to stay and have a chat through any specific questions. Hopefully I'll be able to answer them for you. In case it hasn't, I hope it's come across. I absolutely love it here. It's the best job in the world to be head teacher anyway, but particularly of a school as brilliant as Little Heath. And we'd love you to join us next year, Year 6. You've got the reputation of a really strong year group, and I know that you'd be a brilliant addition to the Little Heath family and community. So hopefully see you again in September next year. Well, in the summer, in fact. If there's anything you want to ask, please hang back. Otherwise, thank you ever so much for coming. Thanks for coming to the 7 o'clock talk, and have a safe journey home. Hope to see you soon. All right? Thank you very much.